there's a whole lot of case left, and everybody just wants it done because they want the story to be out there, and they want me to just spill the beans on whatever. And I posted this on Locals the other day. It's like I read about strategizing. It's like Nick is trying to do this and this and this and this, and I'm like, holy fuck, guys! I'm trying to not eat a bullet every day. Like that's where my focus is. It has nothing to do. People are like, oh, he's doing this to try and make and it's like people think that I have anything that I can do in Aaron's case in St. Cloud, but I don't. Like I don't know that I'm even a witness. I guess I'm a potential witness, but I have no idea if they would call me. Like, they don't need me for the criminal act. They don't need me for it. Because I wasn't sitting there, I don't suppose, when he sent the message. I mean, I could see it on TV, right? Like everybody else. But I'm not like there. So they don't necessarily need my testimony because it wouldn't be any more valuable. Now, there are other aspects of it that they may ask for testimony about. They may need them, they may not. I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't have any say in that case. I don't have any say in how it's run. I've never talked to the DA. They've never talked to me. There's no people are like, oh, Nick is doing this. And it's like, these aren't chess pieces. And it's not fun. And it's not like it's not a game, and it's not a drama show. Like, I know you're watching our lives and it's dramatic. Please don't misunderstand me. I mean, it's not General Hospital, man. It's not a script. It's not Game of Thrones. There's no Targaryens like being moved across the board. Like, why would Nick do this right now? I'm like, because that's life. Like, that's the life that you encounter at this point. And, the life you encounter is a product of your decisions that you've made leading up to the spot you're at. But that's the life that you encounter. Like, that moment that you have to make a choice, A or B. And people have no fucking clue. Like, because unless you've been in like a similar situation, maybe you just don't understand the decision making that goes in, but you're not really worried. About like your choices aren't influenced by people gossiping on the internet, for one. For two, like, you're really not worried about all these legal maneuvers. You're desperately wanting your lawyer to find the right things and the magic words to make your case go away. Because lawyers are magicians. I had this discussion a long time ago, but lawyers are magicians. There's magic words. And if the right magic words get said, the magic trick happens and everything goes away. Houdini, David Copperfield, right? Like, there's drug charges, poof, and they're gone, right? Like, that's the magic words that I want my lawyer to find. That's what I'm doing. Like, I want that to happen. And so anything I can do to assist my lawyer in finding those magic words, that's what I'm trying to do. To give you an idea of what that looks like on the average day, it's me pouring through discovery, watching video, listening to interviews, maybe researching cases, but not a lot of that because, we're not at the stage to be, like, our paperwork's filed. So there's not like anything for me to research right now. It's literally just going through discovery. What do we have? What does the state have? Is the state following the rules? And the other part of that is me not saying something that will lock in a fact or eliminate a legal defense online. A lot of lawyers talk about, oh, you should shut the fuck up and not say anything online. And again, yes, but practically that can be very difficult depending on who you are. Obviously, I have the ability to shut up for about 3 weeks. I've been wanting to stream for a couple days. Things just didn't work out over the past couple. But it's not so simple as just like, shut up. Or if you say something, it's bad. It's not always bad. Just because you talk about your case doesn't mean you're locking down a specific thing or eliminating a specific defense. A lot of times there are facts that you can relay or things that you can say that are already really well established and public. It's like, for example, I was pulled over I was stopped and a cop approached me on the day of my arrest in my car about a half a mile from my house. Like that happened. And nothing I say right there locks me into an answer that could have been something else. Like, there's no way I'm going to claim that I wasn't there because I was there. Like, that's where they got me. There's an officer who's got me there. Actually, there were two. That happened. There's nothing I need to worry about when I say that, because there's nothing about that scenario where I'm going to get out of it. If you have some like land whale out there telling you that oh my God, if he says this, like most of the time people aren't talking about those types of issues. People being me. Most of the times I'm not talking about any of those issues. If I'm talking about any facts, they're pretty well established. If I'm talking about legal defenses, I'm not locking myself into any legal defenses. I haven't discussed legal strategy really at all. I haven't really even discussed our motion paperwork. We'll see how it goes. I didn't draft it. It's what my lawyer put forward. So I have to put my faith in this other person and let them go. Right? And so in the meanwhile, just have to wait. And you don't get to say too much, or you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because even if things can be taken out of context really quickly, and they can try and use them against you. But the reality is most of my day is spent thinking about my case, going through things. There's so much information. And I have, like, the way my brain works, I have to go through it over and over and over again. And so, that's kind of what I do. Even when I'm not physically reading something, I'm usually, I've got a pretty good mental picture of what it says, and I'm reading through it again. So, it's that. But that makes it kind of difficult to stream, because it's all I really want to talk about. And I do, quite a bit, because my case is pretty fascinating, and it's a shame, because I can't share the information that makes it fascinating, because there are legal strategy reasons I can't do that. I can't do that yet. Obviously, if we use any of these things, they'll come out in motion paperwork or whatever. You'll see. But in the meanwhile, I just have to kind of wait. The case is not straightforward. The case is not straightforward. Anyone who thinks the case is straightforward, I'm sorry. There's a factual reality and a procedural reality that makes the case much more complicated. And it's fascinating to talk about. I have to kind of detach, because it's my life that matters there. But no, I lament the fact that I can't actually talk about it, and watching other streamers have to kind of go through this. They're without all of the information, without access to it, and it's frustrating, because I just was no, don't you see this? Don't you see this? Don't you see this? And they don't necessarily see it. So we'll just have to wait on some of it. But it makes it, like I said, it makes it difficult to stream.